Welcome to the Tibetan Buddhist Society, Peaceful Land of Joy. My name is Pam and I'm a long-time student of Geshe, Geshe Acharya Thubten Loden, the founder and spiritual leader of this centre, our traditional Tibetan Buddhist temple, and the beautiful gardens and the centres in Perth, Sydney and Brisbane. In this busy world, it is so easy to become entirely outcome focused. We can completely forget that there are other possible ways to live, where life is paced and we have time to celebrate the journey. Last week I introduced us to our friends of the meditation family, and what wonderful companions they are to elucidate the words of Dharma and provide some respite in our cluttered lives. Speaking for myself at least, I really appreciate visiting that other world of meditation, where peace pervades, confusions become clear, and problems no longer seem unsurmountable. So just before we immerse ourselves in meditation again, to establish our motivation for today's session, let's just take a moment to look at a couple of the 6 preparatory practices for meditation. Geshe on page 135 of his magnificent text says, excuse me, the 6 preparatory practices. These practices for meditation are: the first one, cleaning the room and setting up representations of the body, speech and mind of the Buddha. The second one is making offerings. The third one, taking a comfortable seat. The fourth one, visualizing the field of merit. 5, offering the Seven Nim Prayer. And 6, requesting the field of merit to bestow blessings. Geshe tells us that we should never think that meditation alone is Dharma. With any action, whether it is positive, negative or neutral, it depends on how it is motivated, and that determines whether it is a Dharma practice or not. When we consider the first preparatory practice of cleaning the room and setting up representations of the body, speech and mind of Buddha, it helps our minds to be clear and delights the gods. I really like that. We create the cause to be beautiful and create the cause for rebirth in pure environments such as the pure realms. Also, we can reflect that Buddha himself was known to sweep out the Jetavana grove when the man who donated it was unable to come and clean it. So even cleaning the room, if done with the motivation to cleanse the mind of negativity, can become a virtuous action and therefore cause happiness. As we set up the altar, we provide a material focus for the practices of purification and accumulating merit. The placement of objects is not to do with their value or beauty as such. They are placed in accord with the field of merit, and so provide a reminder and an example for the field of merit visualizations, and we'll do some of that later on in today's session. Just speaking for myself, I'd also like to say that I find the familiarity of doing things like cleaning the room, setting up offering bowls and representations of Buddha's body, speech and mind, lighting incense and so on, to be very beneficial mentally in my meditation preparation. These are directives that the ordinary world is to recede as I prepare to enter a contemplative space. Just as the mind gets to recognize the Veritana position of the body as a cue for meditation, so too does it recognize these other recurring activities. So by using meditation to establish our motivation, In our very first steps, we open our hearts and minds to the teachings. So to start off today, we'll establish the Veritana position that I was talking about last week. I'll lead you through it, that we learnt last week, and of course remembering that being comfortable supports beneficial meditation. So no matter what posture you adopt, if you're sitting there in agony and pain, it's not going to help with your mental position or your mind peacefulness. So getting settled, we'll recall the symbolism of the posture, the Berechana posture, to make our practice richer. In his Path to Enlightenment text and other texts, Geshe says, in order to meditate, it is helpful to position the body properly, as the mind and body are interdependent, not independent, interdependent. If the body is placed in a certain pose, the mind naturally becomes more stable and calm. Traditionally, there are 7 aspects of the meditation pose, called the 7-point posture of Berechana. The first one says, starting off, we sit on a soft cushion with legs crossed, possibly with 1 or 2 feet on your thighs. Good luck with that. The crossed legs symbolize the 2 aspects leading to enlightenment, the practice of method and wisdom, Bodhichitta and loving kindness, and the emptiness nature of all phenomena. Or if you prefer, of course sitting on a chair with your feet flat on the floor and your legs uncrossed is a perfect way to do meditation. The second point, the hands rest comfortably in your lap, palms up with the right hand on the left palm. The thumb tip should just meet to avoid losing the energy of the body. This gesture symbolizes concentration and the achievement of enlightenment which arises from such concentration. Your backbone is straight, so that the channels of the body are also straight, and the winds can move without obstruction. Your mouth, jaw and tongue are relaxed in a natural position. Just let the tip of your tongue touch the back of your upper teeth. This will control the flow of saliva. Your head tilts slightly forward, not too far or you'll become drowsy, and not too high or you'll become agitated. So as we keep getting ready to meditate, half close your eyes, gazing down the bridge of your nose, or completely close them if you like to meditate that way. Check that your shoulders are level with your arms relaxed and that your elbows are held out a little, not touching your body. This is the 7-point posture of Veritana. Focus single-pointedly on it as you remind your body of this posture. Then use this familiarity to stabilize it, to know it in your mind. Your mind will come to recognize this posture and naturally become more stable and calm. Now let's do what often is called the 8th Veritana posture, the mindfulness of breath. Geshe says that as long as our minds are not disturbed by anger, attachment or agitation and so forth, we don't have to start all meditations with the breathing meditation. I don't know about you, but that definitely counts me out or in. Anger, attachment and agitation, I definitely need to start with breathing meditation. It quietens my body and then it quietens my mind, disconnecting me from the everyday world and preparing me for meditation. So assuming you're in the same club as me, and if not, that you'll enjoy it anyway, let's start with breathing meditation. We ready? In your Veritana posture, breathing naturally and without forcing anything. Just observe the sensation of each breath. You may notice your breath around the opening of your nostrils, or perhaps in the rise and fall of your chest. It doesn't matter where, just let your mind focus there and stay at that place. Gently rest your mind and become aware of the breath as it goes in and out. Tip of the nostrils or rise and fall of your chest. Breathing in and breathing out. The natural rhythm of your breathing. Let go of all distractions and agitations. Let go of thoughts and memories of the past. Let go of plans and imaginings of the future. They are just clutter in your mind. With each out-breath, breathe out your agitation. With each in-breath, breathing in inspiration and focus. Gently breathing in and breathing out. Focusing your mind, now slide it across from breathing meditation to focus on your motivation for this session. Last week, we met a few friends from the meditation family and really appreciate and peace of their practices. This week, I'm very chuffed to establish our motivation by reviewing Bodhichitta, the marvelous Mahayana mind of enlightenment. Bodhichitta motivation establishes a much higher motivation than a merely worldly one. Just listening to my voice as we reflect on Geshe-la's words. Looking deeply into our motivation for today's session. Is your motivation tinged by any of the 8 worldly dharmas, such as the wish to gain wealth? Are you after praise and reputation by participating in this session? Are you seeking mere sensory pleasure, just enjoying yourself without any higher motivation? Looking further again, is your motivation merely for the benefit of this life? Or does it encompass the greater need of your future lives? These questions help us to think about ourselves, our motivation, and the benefit for us in doing this session. I'm guessing that for most of us, even at this level, our motivation won't be entirely pure. So let's push our motivation further by going beyond merely seeking the pleasures of this life to produce any benefit in the future. Sit quietly reflecting on this aspect. generating the motivation that in this session, your heart and mind will work for your benefit in this life and in future lives. The next question is your frame of mind virtuous? There are many virtuous minds, but the most excellent virtuous mind is that of Bodhichitta. Bodhichitta means for the sake of others, wishing to achieve enlightenment, for the sake of all sentient beings, wishing to achieve enlightenment. Martin will talk a lot more about Bodhichitta later in this series, but to me, I start to get really enthusiastic when we talk about Bodhichitta. For me, Bodhichitta is the ultimate incongruity of Buddhism, an almost amusing twist. I have spent my whole life searching for happiness, more money, better job, well-behaved children, the newest gadget, the whitest teeth, and on and on. Yet, it is such a huge relief when I finally realise that happiness doesn't come from all these things or just for finding happiness for myself. I can hear Geshe's voice booming. Enlightenment for the sake of others. This is the important part. So today, is our motivation pure from a Mahayana Buddhist perspective, for the sake of others, for the sake of all sentient beings? So let's establish our motivation for the session. Open our hearts, remembering the suffering of ourselves and all sentient beings. I am pleased that I have allocated this time to hear Buddha's words. I shall undertake the practice of this session with Bodhicitta motivation, the wish to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Consolidate this motivation so that it fits perfectly into your heart. Feel its power and rejoice in its determination. Then when you are ready, gently finish the meditation and open your eyes. Thank you. Now let's celebrate our motivation as we turn to the general prayers on page 19. These prayers acknowledge and praise the source of our inspiration and Dharma knowledge, the Guru, and through her or his teachings, the Buddha, the wisdom of the Dharma and the Sangha, formally ordained monks and nuns, but also the lay people who accompany us on our Buddhist journey. Calm and focused, let us begin. It'd be really nice if people gave me a hand. Okay, so we're going to start off on page 19 as we recite Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha in English. Reflect on how fortunate we are to have heard Buddha's teachings. Just excuse me, please. Sorry. So Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha, page 19. Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly pure and complete Buddha, all-knowing, having poise, Sugata, apprehender of the world, navigator of beings to be subdued, incomparable, teacher of gods and humans, to the Buddha, the Bhagavan, the glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, we prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. I'm wondering if someone can help me. I don't think everyone's got copies of the prayers, please. Have we got any prayer books? Oh, it's on the screen. Money, you're well in front of me. I'm glad he knows what's going on. Okay. Good, thank you. Right. Then let's take refuge in these and then concentrate our heartfelt wish for all sentient beings to be happy, safe and well as we establish Bodhichitta motivation to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. So we'll do the Refuge and Bodhichitta prayer. Okay. Sangye dang so ki chok nam la Jan chu ba du dak ni kyap su chi da gi jin so gi pe so nam ki dro la pan chi sangye dru pa shok. To the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I go for refuge until becoming enlightened. Through the merit of my generosity and so on, may I achieve Buddhahood to benefit all beings. To the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I go for refuge until becoming enlightened. Through the merit of my generosity and so on, may I achieve Buddhahood to benefit all beings. And then the short mandala offering. Jaji Poki Jukshin Mehe Tok Tram Rira Ling Shi Nide Gen Pari Sangye Jing Du Ming Te O Wagi Drokun Nahandakshina Chopashok. This ground, anointed with perfume and strewn with flowers, Mount Meru, the 4 continents, adorned with sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered thus, may all beings enjoy such pure lands. And then if we turn over to page 21, the Seven Nim Prayer. I prostrate my 3 doors with a mind of respect and offer or actually arranged and mentally emanated offerings. I reveal all the downfalls and negativities that I have ever collected and rejoice in the virtues of individuals and superiors. Please remain perfectly abiding until samsara is no longer seen. I request you to turn the vast and profound wheels of Dharma. I dedicate the virtues of myself and others to the great enlightenment. And then if we turn over again to page 23, Prayer of the Lineage Gurus. body born from a million magnificent excellent virtues, speech fulfilling the hopes of infinite beings, a mind that sees all objects of knowledge precisely. I bow my head to the chief among the Shakyas, supreme sons of the incomparable teacher, carrying the load of all the conqueror's deeds. By their emanations appearing in countless realms, I prostrate to Maitreya and Manchushri. The mother of conquerors is difficult to fathom. The precise or commentaries written by Jamdavicta's ornaments, Nagarjuna and Asanga. I prostrate at the feet of those most renowned in the three realms. From these two great chariots come the excellent lineages of the paths of profound view and vast deeds, their essential points gathered thoroughly and without fault, prostration to the lamp holding this treasury of instruction, giving explanation through compassion by seeing and completely the essential points of all paths of Sutra and Tantra, holder of the conqueror's entire holy Dharma, prostrations to the glorious Losang Drakpa. I, seeing all the infinite teachings, supreme way of crossing for those entering the journey to liberation, moved by compassion to deeds skilled in method, prostration to the spiritual masters who make everything clear. And then finally, the great treasure of excellence on page 27 in English. The great treasure of excellence, the prayer of the path to enlightenment. The kind master is the basis of all qualities, and proper reliance is the root of the path. By seeing this excellence and through much strife, bestow blessings to be devoted with great respect. This gentle support of freedom, obtained this one time, is most difficult to achieve. Knowing its great value gives rise to a mind seizing its essence constantly, day and night. Bestow blessings to generate this continuum unceasingly. It is like a bubbling water, this constantly moving body and life. Thus remember the swift collapse of death. Beyond death, like body and shadow, white and black karmic results follow after. By gaining firm certainty in this, the mass of faults, subtle and very subtle, are abandoned, and the accomplishment of all virtuous collections completed. Bestow blessings to ever retain conscientiousness. The qualities of samsara are unfit to be trusted, the door to all suffering. Do not be content with these enjoyments. By knowing its defects, bestow blessings to develop a great aspiration for the bliss of liberation. By that pure thought, great conscientiousness is drawn forth, and mindfulness and awareness of the individual liberation, the root of the teachings. Bestow blessings to make this the essential practice. Just as I myself have fallen into samsara's ocean, all living beings as mother are also like that. By seeing the responsibility for the liberation of beings, bestow blessings to be trained in supreme bodhicitta. However, by merely generating the mind, if not acquainted with the three aspects of ethics, enlightenment will not be attained. By seeing this excellence, bestow blessings to train with strong effort in the vows of the conqueror's sons and daughters, pacifying distraction toward perverse objects by way of proper analysis of the perfect meaning. Bestow blessings to swiftly and continuously generate the path related to the union of calm abiding and special insight, thus becoming a vessel trained in the common paths. Enter the Vajrayana, supreme evolution of all vehicles. Bestow blessings to engage the easy path itself, that sacred way of crossing for fortunate beings. The basic practice for the two aspects of attainment is when guarding the pure vows of commitment is found to be genuine and certain. bestow blessings to protect them even at risk of life. Then by understanding properly the important points, which are the essence of the 2 stages of the Tantra classes, bestow blessings to practice according to these holy teachings with continuous effort in the supreme 4-session yoga. Like that, may the spiritual friend revealing the gentle path and the friends of proper practice stand firm, bestow blessings to quickly pacify the masses of outer and inner hindrances. In all rebirths, may never be parted from the perfect gurus and the enjoyment of the glorious Dharma by utterly completing all qualities, paths and grounds. May I quickly achieve the state of Vajradhara. Thank you, everyone. These prayers that we recite, they bring such homage and dedication and such wisdom. They're truly beautiful. So let's do a quick review of what we've covered in previous weeks. In these 6 sessions, with Geshe-la's precious text of the Path to Enlightenment as our guide, we take the first steps on our Buddhist journey. The question is, who can we take with us to support us on this path? What will encourage us if we become downhearted? And who will guide us if we lose our way? In this course, we're getting to know the 4 friends to accompany us, friends that can provide inspiration, wise advice, good company, and motivation for our journey. We met our first friend in week 1, the Guru and Guru Yoga. The Guru or teacher accompanies us on our journey, instructing us about the path and showing us the way. Then last week we met friends from the meditation family, the how-tos and the insights that meditation can bring, and we'll get to know more of these friends today. Next week will be inspired by the awe and wonder of leisure and fortune, another excellent friend who energizes us by helping us to appreciate the incredible opportune conditions we have in this life and country. And finally, there'll be the inspiration of our friend from the teachings on death and impermanence, a thought-provoking reminder to make the most of this opportunity while it is available to us. What better friends could we have for this marvellous journey? We actually meet them quite early in the teachings of the Path to Enlightenment, starting at about page 96 in the over 1,000 pages of Geshe-la's text. Yet they continue as marvellous companions for our entire journey. These friends provide us with so much excellent company, guidance and wisdom for the entire path. They help, teach, guide, support and encourage each of us on our individual Buddhist paths. The other wonderful attribute of these 4 friends is that they not only accompany us on our Buddhist journey, they can motivate us, keeping us going on this journey. It is so easy to head off with great enthusiasm, but then to gradually fade out as ordinary life intervenes. Or we can't understand the teachings and we give up in failure. Reflecting on these friends will be so helpful to keep us on track. Last week, we met a whole new family of friends, the meditation family. Meditation is the intermediary between our minds and the Buddhist path. It is the method by which we learn about the path and train our minds to follow the path. It is the tool, the conduit, the means by which we undertake our Buddhist practice. We learnt about 2 basic structures of meditation. The first one was analytical and stabilizing meditations. In these meditations, we first use analysis to penetrate the object of our meditation so we can understand it better. An object could be something like the Four Noble Truths, the core of all Buddha's teachings. Then we applied stabilizing meditation to focus single-pointedly on our increased understanding of the object. The second group of meditations were where we meditated on an object and then extended the meditation to transform our subjective experience of that object. These meditations strengthen our connectedness with the object. For example, the suffering of people affected by the COVID virus. Then we use single-pointed concentration to transform how we feel about the object and place that feeling in our hearts. Quite often these meditations are built up in steps. We start off by considering only ourselves, and then we beautifully open our hearts to include others, and then step by step enrich our viewpoint to include all sentient beings. So as we set off this week with our strong Bodhichitta motivation for the session, what better friends than the meditation family could we have to accompany us on the next steps of our journey? Let's see what delights they bring us today. So I've written in my notes, that's a hint when I said, let's see what delights they bring us today. That's a hint that we're going to do a fair bit of meditation again this week. So it's not only going to be me that's working, it's going to be you people too, I hope, and I hope that you all enjoy it. Today's meditation theme is visualization. Visualization is frequently used as part of most meditation practices. It enriches our practice and our meditative understanding. But from my experience, visualization also shifts our meditation practice away from the brain and thinking into those other deeper insights of possible change. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama says, visualization is an imaginative process that is done with our minds. Do not think that you should see things as you do when your eyes are open. We are generating mental images in our mind's eye. For beginners, these images will be vague, but as we progress and develop familiarity with visualization, they will become more vivid. Visualizing, imagining holy beings naturally makes us reflect on their awakened qualities. We think that we are in their presence and create a feeling of closeness with them. All of these experiences strengthen our faith and confidence in the Three Jewels and the Buddhist path. So, let's start with a visualization meditation, exploring one of the meditation structures from last week. We'll do a meditation on an object and then we'll transform our subject experience of it. So, this meditation is adapted from one of Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings. Thich Nhat Hanh is an incredible Vietnamese Zen master, revered around the world for his pioneering teachings on mindfulness, global ethics and peace. Now in his mid-90s and quite frail, he is another of that incredible generation that brought Buddhism to the West, and I pay homage to him. So, try to notice the structure as we go. Are you ready? Send a message to yourself that you are getting ready to meditate. First, recall your 7-point Berechana meditation posture that we practiced earlier today. These say, starting off, We sit on a soft cushion with legs crossed, or if you prefer, sitting on a chair with your feet flat on the floor and your legs uncrossed. The hands rest comfortably in your lap, palms up, with the right hand on the left palm. The thumb tips should just meet. Your backbone is straight. Your mouth, jaw and tongue are relaxed in a natural position, with the tip of your tongue just touching the back of your upper teeth. Your head tilted slightly forward, not too far or you'll fall asleep. Half close your eyes, gazing down the bridge of your nose, or gently, completely close them. Shoulders level, arms relaxed. Now let's do what's called the 8th Berechana posture. For a few moments, the mindfulness of breath. Sitting peacefully, just let everything else slide away. Gently breathing, giving yourself permission to be present here for the next little while. Just observe the flow, the in and the out. Nothing else matters. Just notice the pause between each breath. In, out, pause. In, out, pause. Beautifully settled, watching your breath. It is the object of your meditation. Keeping your mind focused, try to put a part of your mind aside to keep an eye on yourself, keeping yourself on track. Now let's take our minds deeper into meditation, starting with the first part, caring for ourselves. As we begin with our eyes gently closed, I want you to imagine that somewhere above your head, not too far away, perhaps a metre or so, is a beautiful, radiant, white light waterfall. It is so beautiful, wonderful, like something you've never experienced before. White light tumbling down, flow after flow. The white light is tumbling down on you. Its flow is so lovely that you can feel your body sigh with relief and pleasure. As the waterfall of white light flows down over your head relaxes. Your face is smooth. Your eyes feel so gentle. You can feel the gentle, beautiful flow. The waterfall of white light moves down over your neck and shoulders. Your neck and shoulders are relaxing and letting go of all tension and stress they carry. Tension and stress are gone. Now the waterfall flows down over your arms and hands. You feel your arms and hands releasing. There is nothing for them to do. The waterfall of white light flows down over your back, your chest and stomach, helping them to release. letting go of all anger, hurt, sadness, anxiety. It moves down over your legs and feet. You feel your legs and feet letting go and resting. The beautiful waterfall of white light is flowing down over your whole body. You are very peaceful and rested. Your whole body is radiant with the waterfall's beautiful white light. Just stay in that beautiful waterfall of white light for a while and enjoy the feeling as it relaxes and heals your body. Just experience. It relaxes and heals your body in a way that has no words. Enjoy that feeling and know its purity. In this place of calm and peace, appreciate this place is always within you, calm and still, waiting for you. What a beautiful way to start our meditation. Now let's extend it into caring for others. Taking your concentration to your mind, the center of your chest, waiting there until you arrive. Now move your focus out from yourself to those you know and love, your family, your friends, all those you know and care for. Bringing all of them into your mind. Know that they are all sitting there with you. You don't have to see each person individually. Just know that they are there. From the joy of your heart, radiate out that beautiful white light to all these people. They too were bathed in the waterfall's beautiful flow. Exquisite white light, tumbling down, flow after flow, bathing them in happiness, peace, and calm. You can hear them sigh with relief and pleasure. Hold this knowing and focus on it single-pointedly in your mind. Now bring your mind to all those people you know, but perhaps not so well. Your work colleagues, acquaintances, neighbours and so on. It doesn't have to be each one of them individually. Just know that they are there. From the joy in your heart, radiate out that beautiful white to all these people. Imagine that they too are bathed in this light, tumbling down, wave after wave. They too know their peace and happiness. You can hear them sigh with relief and pleasure. Now bring in all sentient beings. It doesn't have to be each one of them individually. Just know that they are there. From the joy in your heart, radiate out that beautiful white light waterfall to all sentient beings. Imagine that they too are bathed in this light, tumbling down, wave after wave. They too know their peace and happiness. You can hear all of them sigh with relief and pleasure. Know that all sentient beings, human and non-human, are bathed in your wish for their happiness and well-being. The compassionate waves of your inner peace. What a beautiful transformation in your heart. Your wish for the happiness of all sentient beings. Hold this single-pointedly in your mind and focus on it. As you sit quietly in the temple or in your home, reflect on the peace in your heart, your deep happiness, your loving kindness for all sentient beings, human and non-human. Far deeper than any self-focused happiness. When you are ready, gently finish the meditation and open your eyes. We've got a lot to thank Thich Nhat Hanh for, haven't we? I was just thinking, travelling the path with our meditation family, we have certainly covered some ground today. In our motivation, we investigated analytical meditation and how those meditations transform our subjective experiences. And now we have completed a breathtaking transformative waterfall visualization from Thich Nhat Hanh. This week, I think it's on Wednesday, the 26th of May, is Wesak, Buddha's Day, the celebration commemorating Shakyamuni Buddha's birth, death, and enlightenment. Earlier today, I spoke about the 6 preparatory practices for meditation, especially cleaning the room and setting up the altar, and using the Veritana posture for our meditations. So with Wesak just around the corner, and our focus this week on visualization meditations, it is an excellent opportunity for us briefly to explore the 4th preparatory practice, visualizing the field of merit, as our final meditation for today. We'll start off visualizing the field of merit today, then over the next few weeks we'll build it up and put more details in as we go along. So, recalling our motivation of Bodhichitta for the benefit of all sentient beings wishing to attain enlightenment, and recognizing that only Buddha's word can guide us to enlightenment, let us begin a visualizing the field of merit meditation. Ready to go? You might need to wiggle a bit before you start. I'm working you hard again and taking great joy in it. Okay, the first point is sit on your cushion cross-legged, or if you prefer sitting on a chair with your feet flat on the floor. The hands rest comfortably in your lap, palms up, with the right hand on the left palm. The thumb tips should just meet. Number 3, your backbone is straight. 4, your mouth, jaw and tongue are relaxed in a natural positions, with the tip of your tongue just touching the back of your upper teeth. Your head tilted slightly forward, shoulders level, arms relaxed. Gently half close your eyes, gazing down the bridge of your nose, or completely close them. This is your signal to your body and your mind that you are going to meditate. And just putting in another one that's not in the Berechana literature. Some people say that putting a small half smile on your face can help relax your body and mind. I find that it particularly takes away the tension between my eyebrows and across my forehead. Then if we do Veritana number 8, gently notice the rhythm of your breathing, the natural breathing in and the breathing out. Just focus on this for a moment, letting go of all those distractions and agitations. Don't let them steal this time from you. Now let's start our field of merit visualization, and you might want to, as we go through this, just gently open your eyes, because there'll be things on the screen or on your TV at home or computer at home that will help you do this. So if you just gently open your eyes and close them again into meditation, I don't think it will interrupt your concentration too much. As we start our field of merit visualization, we first bring Shakyamuni Buddha into our minds. Let's establish him as a visualization step by step. It may be helpful to make your Shakyamuni Buddha visualization a size that you are comfortable with, somewhere between tiny and life size, or perhaps a little bigger. As we build the visualization up, it's quite complex, so just do your best and imagine as many details as you can without trying too hard. It is better to have a less complete visualization and hold that steadily than to force your visualization. Shakyamuni Buddha visualization is about 2 meters away at the level of your forehead, not too high and not too low. Starts off that from emptiness appears a precious throne in the nature of light. This throne is like a large box, not a chair. The throne is supported by 8 mighty snow lines, and there are 2 on each side. In aspect, it is a precious throne. In nature, it is Shakyamuni Buddha's wisdom truth body. On top of the throne, from emptiness arises a light-natured lotus flower with petals of various colours, symbolising renunciation. On top of this, in the nature of light, arises a moon cushion, symbolising Bodhichitta. On top of the moon cushion arises a sun cushion in the nature of light, symbolising the realisation of wisdom. On top of these 3 cushions, from emptiness arises our kind Guru, taking the aspect of Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha's body is golden coloured in the nature of light, like a rainbow. His body, composed of light, is clear and translucent. Shakyamuni Buddha is a monk wearing the 3 Dharma robes, symbolizing his pure ethics. And he has the 32 major marks and the 80 minor signs of a perfectly enlightened beings. If you lose your visualization, just build up from the bottom again. All in the nature of light, the throne, lotus flower, on top is the moon cushion, sun cushion, and then it's Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha has one face and 2 arms. His one face symbolizes that Shakyamuni Buddha perceives the one nature of all phenomena, their emptiness of inherent existence. His right hand rests on his right knee in the earth-touching gesture, which symbolizes Shakyamuni Buddha's power to stop all negativities, especially the sufferings of the 3 lower realms. His left hand rests in his lap in the gesture of concentration and holds a begging bowl of nectar, the nectar which destroys all delusions and especially all disease. At Shakyamuni Buddha's heart, imagine a blue syllable hum, H-U-M. It is surrounded by the Shakyamuni Buddha mantra, Om Muni Muni Maha Muniye Soha. Shakyamuni Buddha sits in the cross-legged position and emanates countless rays of light in all directions. He looks down kindly upon us all. Let's take the second step of the meditation, building up our field of merit visualization. You may recall the beautiful wings of the bird metaphor for Buddha's practice. Just like a bird, Buddhism needs 2 wings, the wings of wisdom and the wing of method. Through our imagination, we have brought Shakyamuni Buddha in front of us. Let's invite these other deities into our field of merit, the deities of wisdom and method. We'll first bring Manchushri Buddha into our field of merit visualization. We'll put him next to Shakyamuni Buddha on Shakyamuni Buddha's left, the wisdom side. To start your imagining, there is Venerable Manikam has put up a picture for us, and there is also a tanka up on the wall just over there, the first one, the one closest to us. But don't forget, Manchushri is not just a tanka. He is not a picture. Manchushri is an actual Buddha in the nature of light, appearing as a visualization in our mental consciousness. So using your mental consciousness, imagine before you, on Shakyamuni Buddha's left, at the level of your forehead, about 2 meters away, in front in space on a lion throne, lotus, moon and sun, is the refuge of beings, Manchushri, powerful lord of sharp wisdom, golden in colour, having one face and 2 arms. He displays the vibrancy of a 16-year-old youth. His right hand holds aloft a blazing sword with flames. In his left hand is the stem of a lotus flower, on which is the text that dispels the darkness of ignorance, the Prajna Paramita text. He has all the signs and marks of a Buddha, and he is the abiding protector of all living beings. If you have a guru, in nature Manchushri is your kind root guru, taking the appearance of Manchushri. From Manchushri, we receive gentle wisdom we need to progress on the path. He is our gentle friend. The aloft sword in his right hand is the flaming sword of wisdom. The blade cuts through delusion, aversion, attachment, and all the things that trap us in our dualistic world of samsara. Thus he brings us sharp insight into the true nature of reality, shunyata. In Manchushri's left hand is a sacred lotus flower on which sits a book, the Prajna Paramita Sutra, the Perfection of Wisdom teachings. Manchushri's perfect pure land is Vimala in the east, and he is associated with Veritana, Buddha resplendent. When he was a youthful bodhisattva of wisdom, Manchushri vowed to emanate throughout the universe, representing the beginnings of wisdom and our own ability to achieve it. That is why he is portrayed as youthful. Manchushri does not give us the answers. He grants us the process to find our own wisdom, the beginnings of wisdom, and that first all-important insight. He especially helps us to see through the delusions of duality. Take your time, add as many details as you can. It doesn't matter if you don't get them all, of course. Just know that he is the Buddha of wisdom, Manchushri. Now let's bring Maitreya Buddha into our field of merit visualization. There is a tanka up here, and also it will be on your screen. We will put him next to Shakyamuni Buddha, on Shakyamuni Buddha's right, the method side of loving kindness. To start your imagining, there is a But don't forget, as you start to bring up Maitreya Buddha, that he's not just a tanka, he's not just a picture on your computer screen. He is an actual Buddha in the nature of light, appearing as a visualization in our mental consciousness. Using your mental consciousness, imagine in space before you, at the level of your forehead, about 2 meters away, on Shakyamuni Buddha's right, is a precious throne supported by 8 great lions. On top of this, Conqueror Maitreya Buddha faces directly towards us. If you have a guru, in nature, Maitreya Buddha is your kind root lama, taking the appearance of Conqueror Maitreya. His complexion is golden, and radiant, as if with the light of 10 million suns. He has 1 face and 2 arms, with his hands in the Dharma Chakra Mudra at his heart, the teaching the wheel of Dharma Mudra. Each hand holds the branch of a naga tree in flower. On the flower of the branch of the right side is a Dharma chakra. On the left is a precious vase filled with the nectar of immortality. Maitreya Buddha wears precious silk clothes, a beautiful crown, and ornaments, necklace, bracelets, silk scarves, and so on. At Maitreya Buddha's crown is small stupa, which is in the nature of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. His throne is quite different from other Buddhas. It is in the manner of being a chair. This is called the gentle or loving position and shows that he will quickly come to this earth. I'll invite Lama Yeshe to tell us the story. Countless eons ago, having made many offerings, Maitreya took bodhisattva vows from the Tathagata Great Power in front of many other Buddhas. From that moment on, Maitreya has led countless sentient beings to enlightenment, guiding them along the path. When he was practicing as a bodhisattva, he specialized in meditation on great love. He not only taught this path to others, but also meditated upon it continuously himself, often stationing himself at the gate of a city and contemplating deeply on loving kindness. Maitreya Buddha's meditation was so powerful that people passing close by, enough to touch his feet, would themselves receive the realization of great love. This, of course, greatly pleased the Tathagatas, the Buddhas of the 10 directions, who rejoiced in his actions. They predicted that in all his future lives as a bodhisattva and a Buddha, Maitreya would be known as love, and the word for love in Sanskrit is Maitreya, and in Tibetan, Jampa. This is how he received his name. It is said that in one of his lifetimes, Maitreya was born as one of the 1,000 sons of a great king. This king wanted to know in which order his sons would become enlightened, so he put all their names in a bowl, meditated deeply for 7 days while performing many rituals. Then he drew the names out of the bowl one by one. Maitreya's name came out 5th. The Buddha of that time, Tathagata Limitless Knowledge, predicted that Maitreya would become the 5th Buddha of our present era, following Shakyamuni Buddha as the 4th. For now, Maitreya Buddha resides in the Pure Land of Tushita, where he imparts Mahayana teachings to countless advanced bodhisattva disciples. But following on from the 4th founding Buddha, our Shakyamuni Buddha, the time will come for Maitreya Buddha to appear amongst us as the 5th universal Buddha of this world age. Then Maitreya Buddha too will demonstrate the path of virtue. He will turn the wheel of Dharma for the benefit of all. In particular, Maitreya Buddha will spread the teachings on loving kindness, and as a result, the fortune of the humans in this world will begin to improve. I love the way Maitreya Buddha is just sitting there waiting for us to call him, ready to join us. So in your mind's eye, make offerings of everything imaginable to these marvelous Buddhas who continually watch over us and all sentient beings. And finally, a dissolution. When you imagine Shakyamuni Buddha, Manjushri and Maitreya Buddha, you should feel that they are real Buddhas who are before you. Light-natured, but really there. See them smiling with a blissful appearance and radiating incredible light in all directions. Their omniscient minds are filled with wisdom and loving kindness. As they gaze upon you, they direct these wonderful feelings strongly towards you. And so hold this beautiful visualization strongly, them gazing towards you and directing their love and compassion and kindness towards you. Now, to finish the meditation in a most beautiful way, dissolve Manjushri and Maitreya Buddha into Shakyamuni Buddha. Then bring Shakyamuni Buddha to sit just above the crown of your head, facing the same way as you are. Shrink Lord Buddha down to a very small size, the size of your thumbnail. Let him come down through the crown of your head, into your body, right down to your heart. Shakyamuni Buddha, Manjushri and Maitreya are resting in your heart. Know that they are sitting there very clearly, facing the same way as you. Your field of merit is always with you. Their love and compassion for you and all sentient beings is always with you. So precious and so peaceful. Sit quietly with this knowing for a moment. Then when you're ready, gently open your eyes and we'll finish the meditation. Thank you, people. You've done incredible meditations today. I feel very privileged sitting here feeling the, I don't know what it's called, the aura or the air or something or other in this temple become so gentle and peaceful through your efforts. It's greatly appreciated. So in the last 2 weeks, we've really got to know our friends in the meditation family quite well indeed. So last week and this week, we've done an amazing amount. We won't leave them behind completely on our Buddhist journey, but next week we move on to meet our third friend to accompany us on the path. This is the friend of leisure and fortune, and I'm really looking forward to introducing you to them. So shall we do a dedication to finish and then our prayers? Closing your eyes in dedication. Bring to mind all the beings, human and non-human, who you would like to dedicate the merit of your session to. Your family, friends, loved ones, pets and so forth. From your heart, send out these white light blessings to all of these people and sentient beings. Now expand your dedication to include all living beings, all sentient beings. From your heart, send out white blessings to all sentient beings. And then if we do the final prayers on page 31, we'll just do them in English, Mum. On page 31, final prayer of the graduated path. This is composed by the unequaled second Buddha, Jetsun Tsongkhapa, who will incorporate into our field of merit next week. So, final prayer of the graduated path. By the two collections vast as space, amassed with effort for a long time, may I become a chief of conquerors, a guide for all beings whose mind's eye is blinded by ignorance. Also, in all lives, while not yet come to that, may Manjushri favour me with his compassion. Finding the supreme path, complete with all the stages of the teachings, may I please the conquerors by practicing well. By my precise understanding of the essential points of the path, with skillful means drawn along by strong compassion, and by dispelling the mental darkness of beings, may I uphold the conqueror's teaching for a long time. Where the supreme precious teaching has not spread, also where it has spread but become degenerate, with a mind deeply moved by great compassion, may I make clear this treasure of benefit and bliss. The stages of the path, excellently established by the marvellous deeds of the conquerors and their sons and daughters, gives glory to the minds of those aspiring for liberation. May the conqueror's deeds be long preserved. May all humans and non-humans who remove the obstructions and establish conditions favourable to cultivating the excellent path never be parted for all of their lifetimes from the purest of paths which the Buddhas have praised. When someone makes effort to practice properly the 10 points of conduct of the Supreme Vehicle, may they always be assisted by the mighty protectors, and may oceans of good fortune spread out, reaching all. And then turning to page 34. Page 34, the special dedication. Whatever white virtues we have thus created, we dedicate as causes enabling us to uphold the holy Dharma of scripture and realization, and to fulfill without exception the prayers and deeds of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times. By the power of this merit in all our lives, may we never be parted from the perfect Gurus, will of Dharma, and may we complete the journey on the paths of renunciation, Bodhichitta, pure view, and 2 stages. And then the general dedication, also in English. By this virtue, may all beings complete the collections of wisdom and merit, and attain the 2 holy bodies arisen from wisdom and merit. May the precious superior mind of enlightenment be generated in those who have not yet generated it, and not decrease in those who have developed it, but increase continuously. So thank you everyone, both here in the temple and wherever else you may be, and thank you Mani for your support throughout it. The next Path to Enlightenment class is on next Sunday, the 30th of May at 4 o'clock, same place, same time. And then we've got a few minutes for questions if anyone has any, please. Excuse me. Just waiting to see if some come online. Good. Thank you, everyone. There's tea, coffee, cake in good company outside. And if you're at home, please enjoy your dinner tonight and your evening and the rest of the week. And people here would like to join me, you are very welcome. Thank you.